Well, hello, Grace Church family. I wanted to just take a moment. It's been an incredible week in the news. I'm not a person that feels like I have to respond to every news story. Uh, it's just part of who I am. But I felt like the events this week really just needed us to respond in a certain way as a church. I'm here to really rally you around, asking you to pray at least 1 hour tomorrow, February 27th. That's a Sunday. I'll encourage our church people to do the very same thing during service, but I'm asking you to commit 1 hour tomorrow, Sunday, to pray for those who are in the Ukraine, and specifically for our pastors and church people in the Ukraine. Obviously, war is devastating incredibly, and I am not going to spout, like I said, a news conversation to you, but I will tell you what really impressed me this last week. Matter of fact, the last 2 weeks has been the gathering of church people that I've seen in the Ukraine, followers of Jesus, who are kneeling in public praying that God would bring peace to their country. Um, Without going into the detail that you've already seen on the news, we have heard from our Christians, our fellow followers of Jesus in the Church of the Nazarene in the Ukraine, and they are continuing to get word and images and pictures out of what's taking place. The word I heard yesterday was that our pastors are underground, that they are communicating very clearly with one another, and they're doing everything they can to respond to those that are in need. Obviously, in a time of war, the need is, in many respects, takes on other than just fulfilling the sacraments or preaching. It involves gathering a group of people and making sure their parishes are safe, that they're reaching out to the community, that they're helping to guide and direct in chaos. And there are pockets, as we've seen in the news already, of just absolute chaos. But we're continuing to listen to conversations that come through social media group that I'm a part of about our pastors in Ukraine. And the people of God are just asking those who all around the world, and particularly those in the States, as I've seen pastors encourage one another, saying, "We believe in you." In these moments, it's not just to hope that peace will take place. It's important that we pray that peace will come, and that God will protect our pastors as they continue to work with their parish, their churches, their congregations, as they continue to reach out to the community in this great time of need. So I'm asking you to take just a little bit of time tomorrow on Sunday. Set aside an hour and pray nothing but for our church leaders and peace in Ukraine, that God would offer his grace and overshadow and begin to work in the hearts of those that are trying to do evil upon them. So we ask you, we call our fellow Nazarene brothers and sisters to pray for our Nazarene brothers and sisters who are in the Ukraine, who are in need, and who are crying out for peace. Uh, I was listening today to a couple of jets go overhead about an hour ago, and I'm thinking to myself, it's different for us living in the U.S. right now, where there is a peace, there is not war, and it's different listening to planes go overhead. We don't think, "Wow, is that the enemy, or is that our friends?" And there's just a psychological battle, and so even in the blessed peace that we have here right now in our country, we want to pray that God works in the hearts and the minds. There are children, there are adults, there are families, there are elderly, people who are ready to fight for peace. But can I just ask you, as a pastor in the Church of the Nazarene, pray for peace in Ukraine. Take an hour tomorrow, February 27th, and pray for our churches, and we'll do our best to keep you updated on how our Ukrainian churches are doing. But take the time as you watch the news, as you watch the story unfold. Don't just be Don't just absorb the fact that we are in a place and in a country where there is not war. Uh, Absorb in your mind the fact that our brothers and sisters, whom we don't know by name, may never meet until we see face to face in heaven. They're in trouble and they need us. So I'm asking you right now, pray an hour on February 27th that God would just continue to bring about peace in the Ukraine. Know that you're loved and prayed for, and know that your prayers can do a lot more. It's just not words. It's the Church of Christ shaking the foundations of heaven, crying out for the peace that Christ has so promised to us. So pray for their protection, pray for their provision, and pray for peace in Ukraine. Know that you're loved and prayed for. Thinking of you. We'll see you tomorrow in worship. God bless you. Take care.